So this is a challenging thing because often in tech companies, you hire who you can afford, and it's not necessarily the person you should have, because it's most critical when you're a startup to have experience that knows the pitfalls instead of somebody who's young and aggressive and anxious. They could potentially, if you had them on sales, sell something you can't deliver, versus somebody who's more senior who knows, let me make sure that this is something we can deliver. And it's a challenging dynamic. So often I encourage to get a couple of really good, you have your development team, and I would use part-time people and use people that are experienced, that can give you their experience at a cost you can afford. Marketing would be one that I would do that. Potentially sales would be another one. Development is really, you need to have your core team, but you can also outsource some of it.
Well, that's interesting. I think you really, in the gig economy today, that's more and more easily done than it was even in the past.
Yep,
And now we know how to work remotely, and so you can go all over the world for some of that development talent, can't you?
absolutely.
Yeah, and is so that's interesting. So the first folks you'd hire, you mentioned obviously you need a development team. We talked about marketing, maybe sales. Anything else that comes to mind?
Those are the core things. I mean, business development is sort of more the hat instead of sales. So biz dev, because it could be a strategic partnership that's
Hmm.
going to make a dramatic difference for you. They can also wear the sales hat. They can also help direct the marketing. And marketing is anything from how you're reaching those initial first few customers, which is the key. Also is actually having someone who can close a deal. Ideal situation is if you have a founder who's a salesperson, because they will definitely get it closed, or somebody on your team that can get something closed but is also adding other elements to the mix.